Okay, now let us talk about resistors. In order to control the water flow through a tube, a tap can be used. What is done here is the use of an obstacle to control the water flow. Again, in order to control the water flow through a tube, a tap can be used. What is done here is the use of an obstacle to control the water flow. The electric current flowing through a conductor can also be controlled in a similar manner. You may have already understood what could be done in the case of a conductor. So, uh, they have taken a general example. If water going through a tube or pipeline, we can use a tap to control the water. So, as same as when current going through a conductor, we could use an obstacle to control the current. So this thing what we call as this resistance. You may have already understood what could be done in the case of a conductor. By increasing the resistance of a circuit, the current flow through the circuit can be decreased. By increased resistance, the current flow can be decreased. In order to change the resistance of a circuit, many circuit components with various resistance. So, in order to change the resistance of a circuit, many circuit components with the various resistances that could be connected to the circuit have been found. They are known as what? Resistors. Current and resistor. Okay. So current goes to this side from positive end to the negative end. Current goes, and we can use a resistor like that in order to in order to disturb to that current flow. Controlling the water flow through a pipeline, and here as same as that, controlling the current flow through a conductor using a resistor. Let us do activity 19.5 in order to understand the action of a resistor. So here we are getting another activity. The items what we need is a small torch bulb, a switch, resistors having resistance of 5 ohm, 10 ohm and 20 ohm, connecting wires, 2 dry cells. Here 5, 10 and 20. Connect the circuit shown in figure. So here the bulb, and here the resistor from A to B, the resistor, and here the bulb, the dry cells, which gives that potential difference voltage, and here the switch. Observe the brightness of the bulb by connecting each of the resistors between A and B. That means here we have used 5, 10, 25. See 5 ohm, 10 ohm, 20 ohm, 3 resistors. So you can connect them each one in between A and B and find out the brightness of the bulb. So what do you think? This is a resistor. So this is the disturbance. If we increase the disturbance, what could be happen to the light of the bulb, brightness of the bulb? resistor value එක කියන්නේ disturbance එක resistance එකනේ මේ resistor value කියලා දෙන්නේ. ඒතර resistor value එක වැඩි වෙද්දී brightness එකට මොකක්ද වෙන්නේ? ඒතර resistance කියන්නේ obstacle එකක්, disturbance එකක්. ඒතර resistance එක වැඩි වෙද්දී brightness එක අඩු වෙන්න ඕන, increase වෙන්න ඕන. Brightness should be increased. So in the first scenario, it should be the most brightest bulb. Then the second one, it should be lower than the first one, and the third one, it should be the lowest. Okay. In this activity, you will observe that the brightness of the bulb decreases. Brightness of the bulb. Okay. We have brightness of the bulb decreases as the resistor value increases. So it will be clear that the current through a circuit decreases with the increase of resistance. So we are going to discuss about three types of resistors next. First one is fixed value resistors. That means as we mentioned here, it's 5, 10, 20. So this 5 ohm resistor couldn't become a 10 ohm resistor. Okay, like that. Then second one is variable resistance. Could you remember that rheostat? Rheostat. So it is in the uh, it has the resistance values which can be changed, and the other thing is the light dependent resistors. So I'm going to talk about these fixed value resistors first. So by depositing thin films of carbon on insulators or by winding a material with a high resistance, materials like nichrome resistors having various values for the resistance are fabricated. Their resistance cannot be changed. Their resistance cannot be changed. Fixed value resistors with resistance. It could be 10 ohm, 100 ohm, 1.2 k ohm. That means 1.2 means what? Is 1200 ohm resistors. Okay. So some different fixed value resistors. In figure 19.23, a few different resistors are shown, while figure 19.24 shows the circuit symbols used for fixed value resistors. මෙන්න මේ වගේ තමයි ඇත්තටම මේ resistors පේන විදිය. රියල් ලයිෆ් එකේ අපි සර්කිට් එකට කනෙක්ට් කරන ඇත්තම resistors පේන්නේ මෙහෙම. එතකොට මේක ගැන දන්න එක්ස්පර්ට් කට්ටියට මේකේ මේ තියෙන lines දාලා තියෙනව නේද? blue, මේ පැත්තේ red, black, red, yellow මෙහෙම lines තියෙන්නේ. මේ lines දිහා බලලා ඒගොල්ලන්ට මේකේ ඇත්තම resistance value එක කියන්න පුළුවන්. ඒකයි ඒ lines දාලා තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට මේක මෙච්චරක් ඕම් එකක් කියලා බලලා කියන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? එතකොට මේ ඇත්ත එක. එතකොට මේ තියෙන symbols. අපි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට use කරන්නේ මේක අර disturbance එකක් කියලා පෙන්නන කටු කටු වගේ නිකන් ගැටි ගැටි වගේ බාධක වගේ පෙන්නන්න. Sometimes we use these symbols also. Okay, so these are the two symbols used to show the resistance. Which type of resistance? Fixed value resistors and resistor color code. Often the value of a resistor is indicated in a coded from we don't need this one here. Yeah, I need to highlight. Often the value of a resistor is indicated in coded form by color bands. Value of a resistor is indicated in coded form by color bands marked on its body. The coding system of marking the resistor value using colored band is known as the color code method. This method is called as color code method. Resistor values marked on the body of resistors using the color code method. Resistors with 4 color bands. In this method, 4 color bands are marked on the resistor as shown in figure 19.25. 3 of them are marked close together, while the fourth 3 close together, while fourth one slightly away from them. When 3 closely spaced bands are placed to the left, the first 2 bands from the left indicate respectively the first and the second digit of the value of the resistor. Okay. දැන් නම් චුට්ටක් තේරුණානේ. දැන් මෙන්න මෙහෙමයි මේක බලන්නේ. හරිද? බලන හැටි තමයි ඊට පස්සේ කියලා දීලා තියෙන්නේ. See. When the 3 closely spaced bands, මේ තියෙන closely spaced ඒවා tens place, ones place, index of the 10th power. when the three closely spaced bands are placed to the left. අර තුන තියෙන left එකට වෙන්න. ඊට පස්සේ indicate respectively the first and second digit of the value of the resistor. Three closely spaced bands are placed to the left. හරිද? මේ හරිනේ first තුන තියෙන left එකට වෙන්න. ඊළඟ එක තමයි right එකට වෙන්න තියෙන්නේ. හරිද? fourth එක තමයි right එකට වෙන්න තියෙන්නේ. first three තියෙන්නේ closely spaced එක. හරිද? close together. fourth එක තමයි වෙනම ඉන්නේ slightly away. හරිද? ඒකෙනුත් close together ඉන්න තුන් දෙනා left side එකට වෙන්නත් fourth එක්කින right එකට වෙන්නත් තියෙන්නේ. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ මේ first තුන් දෙනාගෙන් හරිද? first දෙන්න ඉන්නේ first two bands from the left මොකද indicate කරන්න. first two from the left indicate කරනවා the first and the second digit of the value of the resistor. මෙන්න මේ වගේ. පල්ලට ඇදි තියෙන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ බලමු the value assigned to each color is given within tens place ones placed. first two digit එක තමයි පෙන්නන්නේ. මේක index of the 10th power. first two අපි හිතමු 21 කියලා 21 multiply 10 to the power කියන එක තමයි third එකෙන් පෙන්නන්නේ. 10 to the power 2 ද 10 to the power 1 ද 10 to the power 0 ද එහෙම. ඊට පස්සේ අන්තිම එක tolerance interval එක. The value assigned to each color is given in table 19.1. In order to find the coded value of a resistor, the number given by the first two color bands should be multiplied by the power of 10. The power which 10 should be raised to index of the 10th power is given by the value of the third band. Third band එකකින් එක දෙන්න. The index of this value is given in the column 1 of the table 19.1. බලන්න මේ table එකේ මෙතෙන් දැන් පළවෙනියම red එකකුයි orange එකකුයි තිබ්බොත් ඒක කියන්නේ 23. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ ආයෙ red එකක් තිබ්බොත් ඒ කියන්නේ 10 to the power 2 කියන එක. හරිද? අපි නිකන් හිතමු අපිට ආවා කියලා මෙන්න මෙහෙම එකක්. මුලින්ම තියෙනවා red එකයි ඊට පස්සේ orange එකයි ආයෙ red එකයි. හරිද? පළවෙනි තුන ගැන කියන්නේ. එතකොට මොකක්ද දෙන්න ඕනේ? red නම් ඒකේ number එක 2. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ orange නම් number එක 3. ඊට පස්සේ ආයෙ red නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ multiply 10 to the power කීයද? red වලින් එන්නේ 100. ඒ කියන්නේ multiply 100. මේකේ තර answer කීයද එන්නේ? 23 2300 කියන එක තමයි එන්නේ. අපි වෙන එකක් බලමු. අපි හිතමු purple හරිද? black ආයෙ black නිකම් මන් දාන්න. එතකොට purple නම් number එක 7 here 7 purple. ඊට second digit එකක් ලියන්න එපා. black නම් 0. ආයෙ multiply වෙන්නේ කීයද? ඊළඟ multiply වෙන එක black වල තියෙන 1 වලින්. ඒ කියන්නේ answer කීයද? 70ම තමයි. හරිද? මේක තේරුණා නැති වුණොත් මම අපව කියලා දෙන්නම් ආවම. දැන් මම හිතනවා තේරෙනවා කියන්නේ first color එකෙන් first digit එක ගන්නවා. second color එකෙන් digit එක ගන්න. third එකෙන් මේ multiply වෙන්නේ කීයෙන්ද කියන එක තමයි ගන්න. හරිද? In addition to this, the indicates corresponding to gold and silver are minus. Gold and silver තිබ්බොත් minus 7 මෙතන. gold silver තිබ්බොත් විතර minus වලින් තමයි එන්නේ symbols. The fourth band marked apart from the other three indicates the range that the resistor value can vary. Tolerant interval. Range එක තමයි කියන්නේ table 19.2 shows the values assigned to the tolerance. Tolerance color codes වල value එක තියෙනවා. Tolerance interval එක තමයි එකෙන් පෙන්නන්නේ. fourth එකේ. fourth band එකේ. හරිද? තමයි තියෙන්නේ. අපි ඒක බලමු tolerance table එක. මේ තියෙන tolerance value එක brown නම් plus or minus 1%, red නම් plus or minus 2%, gold නම් plus or minus 5%, silver නම් plus or minus 10%, no fourth color band එකක් නැත්තම් fourth color band එකක් නැතුව 3 නම් තියෙන්නේ colors 3යි නම් තියෙන්නේ plus or minus 20% කියන. මේ දෙනවා example එකක් දීලා මේකේ හොයන්න. හරිද? හොයලත් තියෙනවා. Find its resistance value. මේක මොකද්ද? brown නේ. ඒ brown එකට තිබ්බ අංකය මොකද්ද? 1. brown නම් 1. බලන්න 1ද තියෙන්නේ කියලා. මේ තියෙන value of resistor. first digit brown. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ second එක black නේ. black නම් 0. 1 0 කියන්නේ 10. ඊට පස්සේ third එක red. red කියන්නේ 10 to the power 2. හරිද? brown නම් 1. black නම් 0. 10 කියන්නේ 10 to the power 2. එතකොට මේක multiply වුණාම මේක තමයි 1000 ohm කියන එක තමයි එන්නේ resistance value එකට. What is the tolerance value of this resistor? silver තියෙන. එහෙනම් plus or minus 10 to the power 10 කියලා තමයි tolerance value එක අරන් තියෙන්නේ මෙහෙම. ඊට පස්සේ tolerance එක හොයනවා. මේකයි මේ question එකයි මම ආපහු කියලා දෙන්නම්. දැන් අපි ඒක හොයමු නේද? tolerance value of the resistance නේ. එතකොට tolerance එක 10% නේ. එතකොට මෙතන අපිට ආවා 1000. හරිද? මේ 1000 එකට plus or minus 10% වෙන්න එපා. ඒක තමයි range එක මෙයාගේ. range of the true value of resistor නේ හොයන්න යන්නේ. එතකොට 1000 වලට 10% ගත්තාම 100 ohm එනවා. හරිද? එතකොට මේ 100 ohm එක plus or minus නේ. plus කරාම 100 1100 minus කරාම 900 900 to the 1100 ohm කියලා range එක එනවා. එතකොට මේකට answer එක හොයන්න 19.3 එකට answer එක හොයන්න මම ඒක ඊළඟ එක කතා කරද්දී discuss කරලා පෙන්නන්නම්. හරිද? variable resistors. variable resistors fabricated so as to මතක ඇති එකක් අපි කතා කරා variable rheostat එක variable resistance එක. resistors fabricated so as to allow a variation in the resistance as desired are known as variable resistors. The resistor value can be varied manually or turning using a screw in and by appropriate direction. There are many types of variable resistors such as pre-adjustment resistors, rheostats and volume control resistors. තුනක් තියෙනවා. Figure 19.27 shows several variable resistors and next shows symbols used for the variable resistors. මේ තියෙන rheostat එක, pre-adjustment resistor එක, volume control එක. rotatable variable resistor එකක්. මේ තියෙන variable ඒවට එන්නේ අර ඊතලයක් එනවා. arrow එකක් එනවා. අර තිබුණු normal අර fixed resistors වල තිබ්බ symbol එකටම arrow එකක් එනවා. Variable resistors are used to control the volume of radios, to adjust the electronic circuits and to vary currents in laboratory experiments. To control the volume of radios, to adjust the electronic circuits. Okay, so I'm going to discuss that question, the above question later, and this question and also this light dependent resistance part later because we have to discuss it a little more. After that, a parallel combination of resistors and there should be another one, series combination of resistors. Combination of resistance is the next part which we have to discuss. Okay, combination of resistance, it is the next part. Before that, we have discussed light dependent resistors, and that will be the last part of this lesson. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Thank you.